There's a moment when you've got to draw a line in the sand. A moment when you decide you're done playing small, done waiting for the right time, done letting life pass you by. That moment is now. Stop making excuses and start making moves. These aren't just words, they're a wake-up call, a battle cry, a demand for you to step up and claim the life you were born to live. No more hesitation, no more reasons why you can't. It's time to move. Excuses are chains. They're the lies you tell yourself to stay comfortable, to avoid the hard stuff, to keep your dreams at arm's length. I'm too tired. I don't have enough time. I'm not ready. Sound familiar? Those are the stories you've been feeding yourself, and they're holding you hostage. Every time you lean on an excuse, you're choosing to stay stuck. You're choosing to let fear win. You're choosing to let your potential gather dust. But deep down, you know the truth. You're stronger than your excuses. You're bigger than your doubts. You're ready to break free. Making moves isn't about having it all figured out. It's not about waiting for a perfect plan or a clear path. It's about taking action. Messy, bold, relentless action. It's about deciding that today is the day you stop talking about what you want and start doing something to get it. The life you're dreaming of, it's not going to knock on your door. You've got to go after it, fight for it, build it with your own two hands. That's what it means to make moves, to choose progress over perfection, to choose courage over comfort, to choose you over the excuses holding you back. The world doesn't care about your reasons. It doesn't care about why you didn't start, why you didn't try, why you let opportunities slip away. The world only sees what you do or what you don't. Excuses might feel good in the moment, but they leave you empty in the end. They're temporary relief that comes with a lifetime of regret. But when you start making moves, when you take that first step, then another, you're rewriting your story. You're proving to yourself and to everyone watching that you're not here to sit on the sidelines. You're here to play the game. Let's talk clarity for a second. To stop making excuses, you need to know what you're moving toward. What's the fire in your gut? What's the vision that keeps you up at night? Is it a career that lights you up? A body that feels unstoppable? A legacy that outlives you? Get specific. See it in your mind. Feel it in your bones. That's your target, your reason to get up and go. Excuses thrive in vagueness. They love it when you're aimless, drifting, unsure. But when you've got a clear goal, excuses lose their power. They can't compete with a heart that's locked in. This journey starts with a choice to own your life, to take responsibility for where you are and where you're going. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you the keys to your dreams. You've got to take them. You've got to move. And here's the beautiful thing. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need the stars to align. You've got everything you need right now to take that first step. Your strength, your will, your fire, that's enough. That's more than enough. This is your line in the sand. This is your moment to decide who you're going to be. Are you going to be the person who keeps making excuses? Who keeps waiting? Who keeps dreaming but never doing? Or are you going to be the person who makes moves, who fights for what they want, who becomes unstoppable? The choice is yours. But I know what you're capable of. I know the power that's waiting inside you, ready to explode the second you let it loose. So stop making excuses, start making moves, and don't look back until you've claimed everything you're fighting for. You've drawn the line, you've said no to excuses. Now comes the real test, the grind. Stop making excuses and start making moves. That's not a one-time decision. It's a lifestyle, a commitment to show up every day and do the work that turns your vision into reality. The grind is where excuses go to die. It's where you prove you're not just talking, you're walking the walk step by heavy step. The grind doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're motivated, if you're inspired, if you're in the mood. The grind only cares about action. It's the late nights when you're exhausted, but you keep pushing. It's the early mornings when you'd rather stay in bed, but you get up anyway. It's the moments when you're tempted to cut corners, to take the easy way out, but you choose the hard road because you know it's the one that leads somewhere real. The grind is your truth teller. It shows you who you are when the hype fades, and it's just you against the work. Let's not sugarcoat it. The grind is brutal. It's going to test you in ways you didn't expect. It's going to demand your time, your energy, your focus, your heart. It's going to ask you to sacrifice the things that feel good now for the things that matter later. The grind will strip you down, expose your weaknesses, and dare you to keep going anyway. But that's the point. The grind isn't here to break you. It's here to build you. Every drop of sweat, every moment you push through is a brick in the foundation of the life you're creating. Making moves means you attack the grind with hunger. You don't wait for permission. You don't wait for the perfect conditions. You take what you've got, your skills, your time, your will, and you make it work. You don't need a fancy gym to get strong. You don't need a corner office to start building. You don't need anyone's approval to chase your dreams. You start where you are with what you have, and you move. You build momentum. You create progress. That's what separates the ones who make it from the ones who stay stuck. The willingness to grind, no matter what. The grind teaches you resilience. There will be days when you feel like you're getting nowhere, when the results aren't coming fast enough, when the weight of it all feels too much. Those are the days that matter most. Those are the days when you dig deep, when you remind yourself why you started, when you refuse to let the grind win. Excuses love those moments. They'll try to creep back in, whispering that it's okay to quit, that you've done enough. But you haven't. You're just getting started. Failure is part of the grind. You're going to mess up. You're going to fall short. You're going to have moments when you wonder if you're cut out for this. But failure isn't a stop sign. It's a detour. It's a chance to learn, to adjust, to come back stronger. Making moves means you don't let failure define you. You let it refine you. You take the hit, you feel the sting, and then you get back to work. Because the grind doesn't reward perfection, it rewards persistence. You've got to love the grind, or at least respect it. It's the one thing that never lies. It's the one place where your effort can't be faked. Every move you make in the grind is a step away from excuses and a step toward your truth. So embrace it, own it, attack it with everything you've got. The grind is your arena, and you're the warrior. Stop making excuses, start making moves, and let the grind show the world what you're made of. Excuses aren't just words, they're symptoms of deeper enemies: doubt, fear, procrastination, complacency. These are the forces that keep you from making moves, the shadows that try to pull you back every time you step forward. Stop making excuses and start making moves. That's how you fight them. That's how you break their grip and claim the life you're meant to live. Doubt is the first enemy. It's the voice that questions your worth, your ability, your right to chase something bigger. It creeps in when you're tired, when you've failed, when the path ahead looks daunting. It says you're not good enough, you're not ready, you're going to look foolish. Doubt is a parasite. It feeds on your hesitation, growing stronger the longer you listen. But making moves starves doubt. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a blow against it. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to move. You just have to prove doubt wrong, one step at a time. Fear is the second enemy, and it's a master manipulator. It doesn't just stop you, it paralyzes you. It paints vivid pictures of failure, rejection, embarrassment, and tells you to stay safe, to stay small, to avoid the risk. But let me ask you something. What's scarier? Taking a chance and maybe falling, or waking up years from now, haunted by what you never tried? Fear wants you to believe that failure is the end, but it's not. Regret is. Making moves means you face fear head on. You feel it, you acknowledge it, and then you move anyway, because you know the real danger is letting fear steal your future. Procrastination is the third enemy, and it's slick. It doesn't scream in your face. It seduces you with promises of tomorrow. It says, you've got time, you can start later, you don't need to do this now. But tomorrow becomes next week, next month, next year, and before you know it, you're standing in the same spot, wondering where your life went. Procrastination is a thief, robbing you of the one thing you can't get back: time. Making moves means you act now. You don't wait for motivation. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You move with urgency, because you know that every second you waste is a second you'll never recover. Complacency is the fourth enemy, and it's the sneakiest. It's what happens when you start to think you've done enough, when you get comfortable, when you stop pushing. Complacency is the slow death of ambition. It's the moment you trade your hunger for ease, your fire for safety. But the life you want, It's not found in comfort. It's found in the grind, in the fight, in the relentless pursuit of something more. Making moves means you stay hungry. You keep raising the bar. You refuse to settle because you know there's always another level to reach. These enemies are real and they're relentless. They'll never stop coming for you. But you're stronger than they are. You're tougher than doubt, braver than fear, more disciplined than procrastination, hungrier than complacency. Making moves is how you fight them, not with words, but with action. Every step you take is a victory. Every choice to move forward is a declaration that these enemies don't own you. You own them. This fight is daily. It's not a one-and-done battle. It's a war you wage every time you wake up, but you're built for it. You've got the fire, the strength, the will to keep going. So don't let these enemies win. Don't let them steal your potential. Stop making excuses. Start making moves, and show them and yourself that you're unstoppable. Excuses keep you stuck. Moves create momentum. And momentum, it's the force that turns dreams into reality. The energy that carries you forward when everything else tries to hold you back. Stop making excuses and start making moves. That's how you build it. That's how you become a tidal wave, unstoppable, unbreakable, undeniable. Momentum starts with a single step. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be something, anything that breaks the cycle of excuses and gets you moving. A workout you start today, a page you write, a call you make. That first move is the spark, the crack in the dam that lets the water start to flow. And once it's flowing, it's easier to keep going. One move leads to another, then another, until you're not just moving, you're charging toward your goal with a force that nothing can stop. But momentum isn't automatic. It's fragile, especially in the beginning. Excuses love to kill it before it can grow. They'll tell you to skip a day, to take a break, to wait until you're ready. And every time you listen, you're hitting the brakes. You're letting the spark fizzle out. Making moves means you protect your momentum like it's sacred. You show up every day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, because you know that consistency is the fuel that keeps momentum alive. Momentum builds confidence. Every move you make is proof that you're capable, that you're in control, that you're closer to your goal than you were yesterday. With every step, you trust yourself more. You believe in yourself more. You start to see the person you're becoming, the one who doesn't just dream, but does. That confidence is a weapon. It's what lets you take bigger risks, push harder, go further. It's what turns "I wish" into "I will." The world will try to slow you down. It'll throw distractions in your path, endless notifications, petty drama, shiny temptations that promise instant gratification. It'll throw obstacles, setbacks, failures, moments when you question everything. But momentum is your shield. When you're moving, those things don't stop you. They bounce off you. You're too focused, too driven, too locked in to let them derail you. Making moves means you keep your eyes on the prize no matter what comes at you. Momentum also creates opportunities. When you're out there grinding, taking action, putting yourself in the game, doors start to open. People notice. Chances appear. The work you're doing today, the moves you're making right now, sets the stage for things you can't even see yet. But you've got to keep moving. You've got to stay in motion, because opportunities don't come to the ones who wait. They come to the ones who hustle, who fight, who refuse to let excuses hold them back. Building momentum is a choice. It's a choice to prioritize action over hesitation, progress over perfection, your future over your fears. It's a choice to keep going, even when the road gets rough, even when you're tired, even when you're not sure what's next. Every move you make strengthens that choice. Every move you make builds the momentum that carries you closer to the life you want. So what's it going to take? It's going to take discipline. It's going to take focus. It's going to take a fire in your gut that says, I'm not stopping. You've got the power to create momentum, to turn that first step into a sprint, to become a force that nothing can hold back. Stop making excuses, start making moves, and watch how momentum transforms you into the person you were always meant to be. Excuses thrive in chaos, but moves are born in discipline. Discipline is the fire that burns through the noise, the anchor that keeps you steady, the engine that drives every step you take. Stop making excuses and start making moves. That's not just a call to action, it's a call to master yourself, to harness the power of discipline and turn your vision into reality. Discipline isn't glamorous. It's not a motivational poster or a fleeting burst of energy. It's the quiet, relentless choice to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when no one's watching. It's waking up at the same time every day to grind. It's saying no to distractions when they're screaming for your attention. It's sticking to your plan when the world tries to pull you off course. Discipline is the backbone of every move you make. It's what turns intentions into results. Let's be real. Discipline is tough. It's a muscle, and like any muscle, it hurts. When you start building it, it means choosing the long term over the short term, the work over the pleasure, the goal over the temptation. It means showing up when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're tempted to make excuses and call it a day. But that pain, it's temporary. The strength it builds, that's permanent. Every time you choose discipline, you're forging a version of yourself that's tougher, sharper, unstoppable. Discipline is freedom. Sounds counterintuitive, right? But think about it. When you're disciplined, you're not a slave to your whims, your moods, or your fears. You're not tossed around by every distraction or setback that comes your way. Discipline gives you control over your time, your energy, your future. It's the key that unlocks the life you want because it lets you make moves consistently, purposefully, powerfully. Excuses can't survive in the face of discipline. They wither under its heat. The world will test your discipline. It'll throw curveballs, unexpected challenges, shiny distractions, moments when you feel like you've earned a break. And sometimes you'll stumble. You'll miss a day, skip a workout, let a deadline slide. That's okay. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It's about getting back on track. It's about recognizing when you've veered off and choosing to course correct, to make the next move, to keep going. One slip doesn't define you. What defines you is what you do next. Discipline builds trust in yourself. Every time you follow through, every time you keep your word to yourself, you're proving that you're reliable, that you're capable, that you're serious about your goals. That trust is rocket fuel. It's what lets you take bigger leaps, tackle harder challenges, chase bolder dreams. Because when you know you can count on yourself, there's nothing you can't do. Making moves without discipline is like trying to run a race with no shoes. You might start, but you won't get far. Discipline is what carries you across the finish line. You've got to cultivate discipline like a fire. Feed it with small, deliberate choices every day. Start with one habit, making your bed, writing a page, hitting the gym, and guard it fiercely. Let it grow. Let it spread. Soon that fire will burn through every excuse, every doubt, every reason you've ever given for staying still. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, something you choose, something you become. So light that fire. Let it rage. Stop making excuses. Start making moves. And let discipline be the force that drives you toward everything you're fighting for. You're not just building a habit. You're building a legacy. One disciplined move at a time. Excuses love failure. They feed on it, using every stumble as proof that you shouldn't have tried, that you're not cut out for this, that you're better off staying safe. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the enemy. It's the forge where your strength is made. Stop making excuses and start making moves. That means embracing failure not as a dead end, but as a stepping stone, a chance to learn, to grow, to come back fiercer than before. Failure is scary. No one likes to fall. No one likes the sting of rejection, the weight of disappointment, the feeling of coming up short. But failure is also inevitable. You're going to mess up. You're going to miss the mark. You're going to have moments when you wonder if you're wasting your time. That's not a sign you're failing. It's a sign you're trying. It's a sign you're in the game, making moves, daring to chase something bigger than yourself. And that takes courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the choice to move through it. It's the decision to take the leap, even when you're not sure you'll land. It's the willingness to fail, to look foolish, to start over, because you know that staying still is worse. Excuses are the easy way out. They let you avoid failure by never starting. But making moves, that's the hard path. That's the path of courage, where every failure is a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every bruise is a badge of honor. Let's talk about what failure really is. It's not a verdict on your worth. It's not proof that you don't belong. It's just feedback. It's the universe telling you, not this way, try another. Making moves means you listen to that feedback. You analyze what went wrong. You adjust your approach. You get better. Failure doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. The ones who make it aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail, learn, and keep moving. The world will try to weaponize your failures. It'll amplify your mistakes, make you feel like every misstep is a reason to quit. People might doubt you, criticize you, tell you to play it safe. But courage is your shield. It's the fire in your chest that says, I'm not done yet. It's the refusal to let failure or the fear of it dictate your path. Making moves means you keep going, not because you're fearless, but because you're tougher than your fears, stronger than your failures, hungrier than your doubts. Failure builds character. Every time you fall and get back up, you're adding another layer of resilience, another piece of grit, another reason to believe in yourself. You're proving that you're not fragile, that you're not easily broken, that you're built for the long haul. The courage to fail is the courage to grow, because growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in the moments when you risk it all, when you put yourself out there, when you dare to make moves, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. You've got to reframe failure in your mind. It's not a wall, it's a doorway. It's not a punishment, it's a teacher. It's not the end, it's the beginning of something stronger, wiser, better. Stop making excuses to avoid failure. Start making moves to embrace it. Take the risks, make the mistakes, learn the lessons. Because every failure you face is a step toward the life you're fighting for, a step toward the person you're becoming. So summon that courage, let it roar, stop making excuses, start making moves. And let failure be the fire that forges you into something unstoppable. You're not here to fade into the background. You're not here to drift through life, leaving nothing but excuses in your wake. You're here to make waves, to leave a mark, to build a legacy that stands tall long after you're gone. Stop making excuses and start making moves. That's how you do it. That's how you create something real, something lasting, something that inspires the world to move to. Your moves are the foundation of your legacy. Every action you take, every time you choose to grind, to fight, to keep going, is a brick in the monument you're building. A legacy isn't about fleeting moments of glory. It's about the work you put in day after day, the choices you make when no one's watching, the way you show up when the odds are stacked against you. Your legacy is the proof that you didn't just talk about your dreams. You chased them. You fought for them. You made them real. Excuses don't build legacies, they build regrets. They build stories of what could have been, of chances missed, of potential wasted. But moves build empires. They build lives that matter, lives that inspire, lives that show others what's possible when you refuse to give up. Your legacy isn't just for you, It's for everyone who sees your hustle and finds the courage to start their own. It's for everyone who feels your fire and decides to light their own. Building a legacy is hard. It demands consistency, sacrifice, resilience. It demands that you keep making moves even when you're tired, even when you're broken, even when the world tells you it's not worth it. But it is worth it. Every move you make is a testament to your strength, your will, your refusal to let excuses win. Every move you make is a piece of something bigger, something that will outlive you, something that will matter long after the grind is done. Your legacy isn't something you wait to create. It's something you're building right now with every choice, every action, every moment you choose to move instead of stall. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start with the fire inside you and let it burn bright enough to light up the world. Think about the legacies that inspire you, the people who showed you what it means to fight, to rise, to make moves that matter. They didn't do it by waiting. They didn't do it by making excuses. They did it by showing up, by taking action, by refusing to let anything stop them. Now it's your turn. You have the chance to be that person for someone else, to be the spark that sets their dreams in motion, the proof that no excuse is bigger than your will to win. As we come to the end, let's make it real. Your life is not a rehearsal. It's not a warm-up. It's the main event, and it's happening right now. Stop making excuses. Start making moves. Build the legacy you were born to create. You're not just fighting for today. You're fighting for tomorrow, for the people who'll look at your life and say, if they could do it, so can I. So go out there, move with purpose, move with fire, and don't stop until your legacy is written in stone. Stop making excuses and start making moves. These words are your charge, your challenge, your truth. They're a reminder that you are not here to wait, to wish, to wonder. You are here to act, to build, to become. The road ahead won't be easy. There will be enemies to fight, momentum to protect, discipline to forge, failures to embrace, a legacy to create. But you are stronger than the enemies. You are fiercer than the obstacles. You are capable of more than you know. Every move you make is a step toward the life you want. The person you're meant to be, the legacy that will define you. So draw the line. Step into the arena. Stop making excuses. Start making moves. And let the world see what happens when you unleash everything you've got.